Hello friends, welcome back. Today's topic is plain jointed rigid pavement design as per IS 58 2002. The factors governing design considerations are single axle load, tandem axle load, their reputations, tire pressure and lateral placement characteristics of commercial vehicles. The legal axle load limits in India is 10.2, 19 and 24 tons for single, tandem and tridem axles respectively. An axle load survey may be conducted for a day covering a minimum sample size of 10% in both the directions. And tire pressure range is considered as 0.7 to 1 MPa and no significant effect on pavement if the pavement thickness is more than 20 cm and 0.8 MPa is adopted. And load safety factor is considered 1.2 for expressway, national highway, state highway and major district roads and 1.1 for lesser importance with lower truck traffic, and it is considered as 1 for residential and other streets. Design period. Design period depends upon traffic volume, growth rate, capacity of road and possibility of augmentation. Normally, cement concrete pavements have a lifespan of 30 years and should be designed for this period. When the traffic intensity cannot be predicted accurately for a long period of time, for a low volume roads, a design period of 20 years may be considered. An average annual growth rate of 7.5% may be adopted. A design traffic of 25% of the total two-lane, two-way commercial vehicles may be considered as a very conservative estimate for design against fatigue failure. In case of four-lane and multi-lane divided highways, 25% of the total traffic in the direction of predominant traffic may be taken for the design of pavement. In case of new highway links where no traffic count data is available, data from roads of similar classification and importance may be used to predict and design the traffic intensity. The cumulative number of repetitions of axles during the design period may be calculated using the formula C is equal to 365 into 1 plus R raised to N minus 1 divided by R into A, where A is initial number of axles per day in the year when the road is operational. Small r is annual rate of growth of commercial traffic. Small n is design period in years. Temperature differentials. Values of actually anticipated temperature differentials at the locations of the pavement should be adopted for pavement design. For this purpose, guidance may be had from the table. In this table, different zones, different states and temperature difference in degrees Celsius in slab of thickness 15, 20, 25 and 30 cm has been given. For example, Karnataka, which come under zone 3 and having temperature difference 17.3 for 15 cm slab thickness. Similarly, 19 for 20 cm, 20.3 for 25 cm and 30 cm slab having the temperature difference as 21 degrees Celsius. Characteristics of subgrade. So for finding the characteristic strength of subgrade soil in terms of modulus of subgrade reaction K, which is defined as pressure per unit deflection of foundation, is determined by the plate bearing test. As the limiting design deflection for cement concrete pavement is taken as 1.25 mm, the K value is determined from the pressure sustained at this deflection. For approximate K values, so in this table, approximate K value corresponding to CBR values of homogeneous soil subgrade has been given. So in this table, K value over granular and cemented subbases were given for untreated granular subbase of thickness in centimeter 15, 22.5 and 30 centimeter. Cement treated subbase of thickness in centimeter 10, 15 and 20 has been given. Similarly, in this table, K value over dry link concrete subbase were given. Characteristics of concrete. The modulus of elasticity and Poisson's ratio of cement concrete are known to be vary with concrete materials and strength. The elastic modulus increases with increase in strength and Poisson's ratio decreases with increase in the modulus of elasticity. The modulus elasticity value should be taken experimentally determined value or 3 into 10 raised to 5 kg per centimeter square, and Poisson's ratio of concrete is taken as 0.15, and coefficient of thermal expansion alpha, which is taken as 10 into 10 raised to minus 6 per degree Celsius. Fatigue behavior of cement concrete. Due to repeated application of flexural stress by the traffic loads, a progressive fatigue damage takes place in cement concrete slab in the form of gradual developments of cracks. The ratio between the flexural stress due to the load and the flexural strength of concrete is termed as stress ratio. If the stress ratio is less than 0.45, the concrete is expected to sustain infinite number of repetitions. The relation between fatigue life N and the stress ratio is given as if SR is less than 0.45, N is taken as unlimited. When SR is in between 0.45 to 0.55, so N value is calculated using this formula. If stress ratio is greater than 0.55, then N value is calculated using this formula. The values of fatigue life for different values of stress ratio are given in this table. Calculation of stresses. Since the load causing failure of the pavement are mostly applied by the single tandem axle stresses must be determined from the condition which is shown in figure 1 ISA 58 2002 codebook. And to calculate the temperature stress, sigma T is equal to capital E alpha Tc divided by 2, where capital E is modulus of elasticity of concrete in kg per centimeter square, and small t is the maximum temperature difference during daytime between top and bottom of the slab, and C is the Bradbury coefficient, and alpha is the coefficient of thermal expansion of cement concrete per degree Celsius. And the design chart which is given in page number 21 ISA 58 2002 codebook for the calculation of edge temperature stresses. Corner stress. The load stress in the corner region may be obtained by the Westergaard's analysis modified by Kelly from this equation, and due to temperature it is negligible, hence it is ignored. And to calculate the radius of relative stiffness, the equation given by EH cube by 12K into 1 minus mu square raised to 1 by 4. Some typical design charts were given in ISA 58 2002 codebook from page number 33 to page number 52 with the varying values of single axle load and tandem axle load. So here this design chart shows stresses in rigid pavement for a tandem axle load of 12 tons. On x-axis there is a marking of slab thickness, and y-axis there is a flexural stress in kg per centimeter square, and different curves were given with the varying values of k. For k is equal to 6, we need to use the first curve. If the k value is 8, we need to use second curve. Like that, it requires k value as well as flexural strength to determine the slab thickness. Similarly, this is another chart having the tandem axle load of 24 tons, and different curves were given for different k values. So these are the steps which are given for the design procedures. Step 1 is to stipulate design values for the various parameters. Step 2, decide type and spacing between the joints. Step 3, select a trial design thickness of the pavement slab. Step 4, compute the repetitions of axle loads of different magnitudes during the design period. Step 5, calculate the stresses due to single tandem axle loads and determine the cumulative fatigue damage. Step 6. If the cumulative fatigue damage is more than 1, select a higher thickness and repeat the steps 1 to 5. And step 7. Compute the temperature stress at the edge, and if the sum of the temperature stress and the flexure stress due to highest wheel load is greater than modulus of rupture, select a higher thickness and repeat the steps 1 to 6. And step 8 is design the pavement thickness on the basis of corner stress if no dowel bars are provided and there is no load transfer due to lack of aggregate interlock. Thank you.